So for one of my latest videos, I've decided that I want to have a look at how I can vertically mount a GPU into a case. Now the case that I've got doesn't have an already existing vertical mount. It's just a standard mid-tower ATX case. But it does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brackets for your PCI cards, and I did a bit of scouring on the internet and found that you can actually get adapter kits, and I've ordered one of them today. This one is a Phanteks vertical GPU bracket. Came in the post the other day, and it's not too bad. It's quite light, there's not a lot to it. So what we'll do is we'll open it up and we'll show you the different parts that they send you. Inside the box you get a bit of a instruction guide which just tells you which different pieces are part of this set, and a bit of a warning on the back that says if you don't have a case where you can remove those PCI slots, you actually might have to modify your case and cut them off. So for this case that's what I'm going to have to do because they're not removable. So putting that to the side, it's quite well packaged. You get a bracket. So this bracket actually sits, you need 7 PCI slots for these because they actually take up 6 to be able to slot into the case. But that's your bracket. It's reasonably sturdy as a design. It's made out of black steel, same as the rest of the case, and you get thumb screws given to it. So what will happen is that fits into your case and then your graphics card mounts on there. With these ones you can only actually fit a dual slot graphics card, not a triple slot graphics card, and if you have a single slot then obviously you'd have to just put a normal blanking plate into there. You also get some rubber pads which will sit underneath the bracket and sit inside the case on the bottom, takes any weight of the card so that you don't have any GPU sag, particularly on a vertical mount. And they give you a 220mm PCI Express extension cable to be able to use with it. So obviously that will plug into your motherboard, you'll bend that one round and it will fit onto that plate there. You also get all the screws needed to be able to fit this. So it's not too badly priced really. So this cost me $29.99, which isn't too bad for vertically mounting. Now it is worth mentioning that to vertical mount your graphics card you're not going to get any benefit at all apart from visuals. It's going to look nice aesthetically in your case. I did find as well with these ones, sometimes when a case has the ability to put a vertical mount, so it's built into the case, what they do is they reuse this vent here. So you've still got your standard PCI slots, but they give you extra ones here that you can actually vertical mount into. Now they don't always provide you a cable, so you still have to buy the cable anyway, but what it does do is it causes you to be a little bit close to the window. So if I grab a graphics card I can show you what I mean by that. So when you're mounting in here at the front, so it actually takes up those vents, the graphics card is really close to the window, which means it's not going to get the air it needs through the front. You're basically going to restrict it and cut off its supply. The thing with these kits is that they don't actually take up that slot. They mount much further back. So if I just slot that in there, just to show you, your graphics card is actually going to be centralised to the case. So there's plenty of airflow in front, plenty of airflow in the back. What you will lose is any of your other PCI slots. So you're not going to be able to put any kind of Wi-Fi cards or network cards or anything like that in. A lot of motherboards come with that stuff on nowadays anyway, so if that doesn't bother you, this kind of thing can work for you. What you will need to do, and I'll do a fitting video on this later, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see this being fit, is I'm going to have to take these panels out, which will just bend out like most cases. This was a budget case so you don't tend to get them screwed in. Then I'm going to have to actually cut the arms inside for this to be able to fit in. Once that's mounted in, I'm not going to take it out again really, so I'm just going to mount it in and it's going to be a fixed part of this case going forward, so there's no harm on me doing that. You can, if you're using budget cases and you don't mind, like when you want to switch the case and you want to get rid, and you're just going to get rid of it anyway, you will lose this piece going forward, so it's something to consider when you're doing this because you're probably going to ruin the resale value on your case. For me, I don't mind too much because this is going to stay in here. I keep cases for a long time anyway. If I do get rid of it, I won't worry too much about it. I'll just take my bracket back out and I'll fit it into the new case and salvage what I can from the old one anyway. So that's worth noting and making sure that you're okay with doing that. Some cases will actually allow you to take these panels out anyway. You can just take the whole block out and that will actually fit straight in, so you don't need to worry about it. So it depends what type of case you got. Worth checking up before you actually purchase. Like I said before, this cost me £29.99, so it's £30 to fit. It is £30 that you're adding to a build which could be used on other components. You could get a higher processor, a better graphics card. So it's not worth doing for everybody, but if you do want to add a little bit of aesthetical look to your case, they're worth the money really, because you're going to get a nice modern looking graphics card showing off in the case. You probably won't want to do it with a graphics card you don't want to show off. I'm putting it in this build specifically because I want it to be able to show off the graphics card a little bit, but also that this case, when I fit my motherboard in, there's not a lot going on down here. So once I fit in the graphics card, which actually sits about there, there's a big space at the bottom that's not fit for anything. Now I could put a couple of 120mm fans on there, but that's not what's going with this designer case. I actually want the graphics card to fit in this way. So this is a good option for anybody that wants to do that. It's not massively expensive, but like I say, it is just for aesthetical purposes. So if you don't really want to look at your aesthetical reasons and make it look fancy, then I would suggest that you spend that extra money on better components, because that's going to live the life of the machine more than anything. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see me fit this. I'll do a video on how you fit this and what the process is. And let me know in the comments if you've had one, and let me know if there's anything I need to look out for before I start fitting this, and I'll see you again next time.